Alright, hi, I'm back again, and I would like to talk about something I've recently learned a little bit more about. Um, the concept of charging your body with energy, generally with a Tesla coil, has interested me in the past little while. I recently found a video from Shaziz um, Shaziz and Cultus Nagrand, I hope that's how I pronounce it, and some person that I haven't met yet that I really want to, um, Kent Anderson, I'd like to think. And basically, you in a group conversation with one of them, they stated, Shaziz stated that you can charge your body with radiation with the Tesla coil, and he had actually done so, and he claimed that he stayed awake for about 3 days or so without even realizing that he hadn't eaten or slept or anything, and that it was 3 days. So his claim interested me because I had heard about the work of Priory and what's that other guy's name? Priory and I just had it. Rife and Tesla. They're frequency machines that energize the body, and I was very interested in that because if you can energize your body in that manner, it kind of reminded me of the Borg from Star Trek. Apparently, in Voyager, which is a spin-off from Star Trek, if you don't know that, they got a Borg on the ship and as their crew, and in one place she mentioned how pretty early on she mentioned how she had never the Borg had never eaten because basically recharged themselves, and I thought, well, that makes sense. If as far as the technological sense goes, it seems possible that you could never have to eat or have to eat very little because your body is. Sorry, my computer's dying and I don't know why it's not plugged in, but I hope I can edit this out. If not, I'll just deal with it. Anyway, it seems that you can charge your body with with right frequencies, and never really have to eat anything or eat very little. In a matter of once you find this frequency, this range of frequency, as I assume, since each individual human body is a little bit different from another, it seems like you could have all kinds of different uses for this. If you're having a bad day, then you can simply sit under the charger and get your energy level back up. In a matter of days, you could literally solve world hunger by giving them material supplements, since the body does indeed get rid of matter over time as it replaces the cells. But it seems like if you could charge those cells, then similar to what Priory and Rife and Tesla and Dado, that was the person I was thinking of, Giovanni, something like that. Dado invented a machine that was supposed to have cured cancer in patients and energized the body so that it was so that one felt like very well rested and like they were on top of the world. Pretty much is what I got from the text that was available, and it seems like this could be possible. It would be possible to do something like this. And if it is possible, then why haven't we done it yet? Maybe it's just because people don't really think that it's possible, or because investors won't think that it's possible, or something like that. I was in the middle of getting food, and I had the inspiration to make this video. That's why doors are open back there, and the coffee pot is open because I hadn't put a little cup in it yet. That's a little black thing. So yeah, it's very exciting, and I want to actually research this, and I'll do some research and see what I get, and at the very least, I'll turn up some interesting information, hopefully stuff that I've not heard before, or at least a new take on things that I've heard before. And who knows, if I build a working Tesla coil and figure out the frequency, and to basically sit under it and maybe hang it from the ceiling so the top load is under me, and have it wear like cork-soled shoes or rubber shoes or something like that, or sit on a yoga mat, I think those are rubber, and have it basically the sparks, the electricity that comes off it, the plasma streamers that come off it, irradiate my body, then figure out the right frequency, and if I don't kill myself, then I should turn up some interesting YouTube videos. So in the meantime, I'll keep y'all waiting, and I hope you like this idea, and if any of you have already tried this or have any ideas related to this, or any information you wanted to tell me, even if it's just that I'm a mad crackpot, please tell me. Any feedback is valid, because my best idea, one of my best ideas came from somebody telling me that there's no such thing as a free lunch. And it turns out that while they were talking about actual literal lunch, free lunch, we were talking about how somebody has to pay for it somewhere along the road. It got me thinking about the metaphorical, phrase, there's no such thing as a free lunch, energy doesn't come from nowhere. And it got me thinking, well, how does a magnet stick on a refrigerator for thousands of years? Well, not thousands of years, I don't think refrigerators haven't been around thousands of years, but if you stick it on there, it won't fall until that magnetic field is collapsed. How does that magnetic field stay a permanent magnetic field? Because the spins or the electrons are perfectly in sync, or more or less, enough of them are perfectly in sync that their field is continuing. So there has to be some sort of energy gain from somewhere, otherwise the electrons would just as soon as they connected to that refrigerator, they would begin to break down, and eventually they would, the whole the field would become so weak that gravity was able to take over, or gravity was stronger than that field, and thus the magnet no longer is magnetized, it falls. So that was the first clue that there has to be something out there that, otherwise Cultus Nagrand actually brought up a great example. The planets stay in orbit, like in that manner. Otherwise, the planets would decay, their orbits would decay, and while they kind of are doing that, the fact that they aren't doing it very fast when there is huge gravitational influence from the sun, if they were decaying in a normal manner, that there isn't some sort of energy keeping them in place, then their orbit would decay so fast that it would be much like one of those comets with those erratic orbits, that more like a elliptical circle oval that's constantly changing until it finally is more like an erratic spiral, and then it gets too close to a large gravitational body, and then slams into whatever body that is. So there has to be a field out there, and it's just a matter of tapping it. And I'm still wearing my... It died like hours ago, but I'm still wearing it. So it's actually very exciting, and I'm going to pursue this some way or another. If it turns out that the free energy devices that I'm working on currently don't work, then that'll be my next thing to work on. And if it turns out that they do work, so much the better. I can just power the Tesla coil off of that, and we'll have more advanced technology. It's possible that we could, even within our lifetime, if people seriously, if there's a major breakthrough in this area and no one tries to patent it or sell it, because then they'll be suppressed, or something will happen to them, or something will happen to the device, or it just won't work out because no one wants to believe it. Then if we just give these things away, then it's possible that we can advance our society, our civilization, to a class 3 society. If you don't know what that is, look it up, Google it. Google is your best friend in that area. Basically, class 1 society is more or less the Iron Age, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I just know I just remember the general basics of it. And then class 2 is Industrial Age, or post-industrial age, and then where you have a certain level of technology, and then but you're still dependent on a finite resource type thing. And then I think class 3 is space age, basically warp drive. If you've ever seen Star Trek, I'd imagine Star Trek is a class 3. Star Trek The Next Generation may be verging on a class 4. Because at that point they had access to, in some episode or another, they had access to like purposeful interdimensional travel, and transwarp that could get you literally across the universe. Interdimensional travel. Wait, did I say that already? Yeah, I did. Things like that. So it's very interesting, very, very just fantastic. And the fact that all my life I've known that there was something, I've always known in some like intuitively that there's something like that this exists, and that people aren't telling us everything, or that we're not actually getting the most from life, if that makes any sense. And I've just always worked on a different frequency frequencies again than everyone else, and now that I finally found a medium to tell the world about this, being YouTube, and a mechanism for doing it, my laptop that I obtained, and it's just, and then now I have finally, after struggling so much, I finally have the resources to do things like this. So it's just, there's so much that we don't know, and it frustrates me that people won't acknowledge these things that we don't know. I mean, we don't know them, and yet no one acknowledges the fact that that it exists. I mean, scientists already believe, most scientists believe that, or was it the other way around? I don't know, but there are some scientists that are willing, like legitimate mainstream scientists, that are willing to believe that the 0 point field exists and is a veritable infinite sea of virtual energy. And it's just a matter of tuning into that energy on the right frequency range. And if you can, then why aren't we doing it? And I think the reason would go back to Tesla, and the reason he was suppressed. Because like his greatest, I guess, enemy besides Edison would say, if I can't put a meter on it, I won't finance it. And that apparently literally changed the whole of history from then on. Because now, even though we are using Tesla's AC current and all AC motors, we still aren't using everything that he gave us, that he offered us. And I don't know, y'all may think I'm just a ignorant crackpot, or that I'm a mad scientist, the bad kind of mad scientist, the one that believes in with the kind of rep that Pyramid Power, all that had back, when this first started. It's gaining reputability, I'd like to think. Reputability, maybe, kinda. But still, it's frustrating how very little is being given now. I mean, think about it. We have the potential to do so much more. Sorry, I think I went on a tangent. I've just been thinking about this all day ever since I woke up and started started working on my projects again. Every time I work on my projects, I always get that feeling that that I'm missing something. That there's something right in front of my face that I'm just not getting. Like I think it's sort of like how quantum mechanics started out as. They realized that there was something there, but they didn't realize exactly what. And really, if you think about it, the 0-point energy field kind of, in a way, makes most of quantum mechanics not really valid anymore. That's not my opinion. Well, it is my opinion, but I read that somewhere, and I don't actually remember the math to back it up, but I could look it up if I get enough, if there's enough want for it. Or you can look it up, I don't care. Alright, I guess this video has gone on long enough, and I'm more or less rambling at this point, so I'll close up, and thanks for watching, and I hope to get to talk to y'all later, very soon. And I hope that I get my device working very soon, because, oh, that was the problem with my device. Actually, no, you know what, I'll save that for another video. Alright, well, like and subscribe, I guess, and I'm really looking for subscribers, because I want an audience, a large audience to, if anything, just tell me that I'm crazy, but just to be able to, you know, have someone legitimately pay attention to me and my ideas. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. But, alright, well, bye then.